What's going on, you guys? So we are back again for another episode review of the Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 2. There's a meeting in the men's room. Now, why y'all ain't say there's a meeting in the ladies' room? Okay, like the climax song. There's a meeting in the ladies' room. Bitch, that was the shit, okay? Now, let me tell you something. Put a pause on that. Beyonce got us going back, or at least me, going back to like the 80s, early 90s, a little bit of the 70s and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? With the music, I wasn't even around back then, but let me tell you, some of that songs goes, okay? And Climax was one of those groups, all right? Y'all need to go look them up. Y'all need to learn your history about the music, baby, okay? Because black people was doing it, bitch. But anyway, let's just get up into this episode, okay? Because girl, I honestly can go to straight to the parts and to the people that pissed me off this episode, and it was two of them. It was two of them. I'm pretty sure you kind of know who they are before I get to them, but I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a full review. Let's start off with Miss Latisha because that's what we ended off with her last week, with her sitting down there talking to Glenn. Baby, Latisha, I ain't gonna say you a better woman than me. You are a better woman than me because I wouldn't have sat there and listened to shit that he had to say. And honestly, I really want you to want more for yourself on the love department, on the relationship department. I really want you to want more for yourself the same way that you want more for the businesses that you do, for the independence that you have in the business world, for all of that. Okay, I want you to want more for you when it comes to the people who you decide to let in your life and to love you. And I understand that Glenn been in your life since y'all was like high school sweethearts and all that shit. That is a lot of history. And that is what he is skating on and using so that he can continue to come back and come back and come back, because he knows for a fact, because history has perceived itself and history has shown itself that he can fuck up and you will take him back. Yeah, he'll probably get kicked out for a couple of months or so or whatever, but you 9 out of 10 is going to take him back because this is not his first offense. And I won't even be sure and put it out there and think that this is his first time actually having a baby scare, a sad baby scare. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there, Glenn, I really feel like he don't appreciate your ass, Latisha. He don't appreciate you. He just know that you convenient, and I really do at this point, because I don't know what he do. What he do, a job that he off drilling or whatever for a couple of weeks and come back. That's what you said, something like that. You know, where he's gone for a couple of weeks or whatever and then come back and, shit like that. Baby, truth be told, I feel like Latisha is the one that's the breadwinner in the family. So, baby, you don't need him. He most likely needs you, okay? And he don't want to let that cash cow up. And I'm not calling you a cow. That's just a figure of speech. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he don't have the respect for you that you have for him. Because if he did, he'd keep his dick in his pants. He probably 9 out of 10 would get a better job so that he would not, a different job, and not settle for something that's going to keep him away from his family no matter how much it's costing or how much is being paid. Why not go get a better job that probably pays a little bit more, and that will not keep you away from your family as long as this one does? So that because you obviously cannot resist temptation, okay? And not saying that, seeing your wife every day is going to stop him from doing what he's doing, but it's going to cut down on the time apart, okay? And that's one of the issues. You're sitting there taking forever to say yes or no whether or not this child could be yours, only to say that no, it's not. You did have communication throughout the years with the baby mama because you heard of the child and you're trying to get the DNA test, and the fact that she won't give you the DNA test, that makes me think that the child is not his. But at the same time, it's the fact that you put yourself and your wife in this predicament to actually have to think that there is a possibility that you can have a child out there that is not by your wife. That shows the lack of respect that you have for her. That shows how much you really don't love her like that. You can love her, but you're not in love with her enough to not act right. Okay, to act right, you don't. And I feel like you're comfortable with shit, and you know that you can get away with whatever it is that you're doing, because Latisha gonna be mad for a little bit and she gonna take you back. Latisha, I want you to just, girl, you gotta want more for yourself. You gotta want more for yourself in this relationship. You do not have to settle for Glenn. You do not have to settle for Glenn, okay? That's what I want. And all this, I love you, I want you to come home. Baby, that's going to have to, listen, you're going to have to come a little bit harder than that, okay? Come on, okay? Moving on from that, Latrice, ma'am. Latrice, she's at her little shop having a little issues with it because leaky pipes, the sewer system or whatever is just fucked up a little bit in this particular location. They're about to leave in like 3-4 months and go to a different location. And oh, excuse me. But her sales and stuff are doing good. Her assistant or whatever had to let her know all of the wigs and the hairs are sold out. The only thing that they truly got right now is the display wigs and the display hair. Okay. So they couldn't fix that leak, so she wound up calling Zeddy. Okay, like I'm just gonna tell you this. It's uncomfortable. Okay, I tried to rock with it a little bit in season 1 because I'm trying to get to know the girls or whatever. Miss season 2, and I'm just gonna be out there and I'm gonna be real. It's uncomfortable, the relationship between Latrice and Cliff. And what makes it uncomfortable, because we know it's people out here who have, actually, I'm not a proponent for or whatever, who have age gap relationships or whatever, and it actually works, but they actually seem mature about it. This whole calling him Zeddy all the time, and we always got to be reminded about the fact that Cliff old as shit and she young as hell, and it just doesn't sit right in my spirit. It just seems so to me. I'm just saying, no offense, no shade. It just seems a little woo to me. Okay, every time, it's like she has to pump up his ego. It's like she baby. I hate when a motherfucker baby talks to another person. Okay, if we not about to get it in, even when like, don't baby talk me. Please don't. You want me to do this? Don't cater to my ego like that. That's gonna make me. That's gonna turn me off. Zeddy, cause Zeddy can fix anything. You know what I'm saying? He like this and he this and he can fix anything. That's what she was on. I was like, all right, pump your man up, but damn. Make it sound like you a grown ass woman when you pumping your man up and not no little ass kids, cause that's how it sounds in my ears. No offense and no shade, but that's just that's how it comes out. Cliff comes up in there and he winds up fixing this. Basically, something underneath the pipe was loose, so he just tightened it up. The screw was loose. He just tightened it up, and he stopped a little leakage or whatever. But let me tell you this, Latrice, you better than me. You better than me, because I don't know how. Okay, let me tell you. When I say better than me, given the fact that you were invited to a brunch that Miss Latisha was having, and that Marie was gonna be there. You asked your husband, do you think it's a good idea? I say you better than me, because I wouldn't have asked my man or my girl, whoever the fuck I'm with, my girl, because I don't do them niggas. I would have asked. I would never ask. I would have just said, fuck that shit. I never would have thought about it. I would have had already sent the message and response back to Latisha, be like, hey girl, hey, I know we trying to get our relationship back on track or whatever, but I'm gonna have to sit this one out because I just don't want no issues or whatever. I ain't even gonna put all that in there. I'm just have to. I ain't giving you no excuse. Bitch, I'm gonna just tell you, I'm not gonna be able to make it. You don't need no excuse or whatever. We gotta get out of that whole thing of turning down invitations and giving excuses and shit. Y'all be calling off and telling y'all people, y'all bosses, the reason why you called off. I got a doctor's appointment. I don't feel well. And y'all be lying. You ain't gotta do that. Just say I'm calling off. I'm not coming in today. Click. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But, Cliff said, I think you should go. I think you should go. I said, okay. Okay, but see, when it comes to the age thing, you get that it shows that it's really nothing but a number when it comes to Latrice and when it comes to Marie, because Latrice is younger than Marie, but see, Latrice know how to conduct herself out in public, and it ain't about respectability, politics, or anything like that. It's just that you should know how to control yourself. You shouldn't be able to let somebody that really ain't even saying nothing to you, that ain't even looking in your direction, just get you so fucking riled up that you act the ass at your friends in brunch or whatever. That was messed up, okay? So that's the difference, and that's where Latrice gets my respect from, because baby, she didn't show her ass. It was this grown ass woman that did that shit. But anyway, moving on from that, Marie has sat down with Latisha, talking to her. We getting how she feeling, dealing with the fact that Jerez, her son, is dealing with the fact that his baby mama is gone, and her mother is there Oh, excuse me. Her mama staying with her, you know. And then we get on to the whole situation with Latisha. Like, what's going on with Glenn? Is it his baby? What's going on with their relationship? I will say the most important thing that was said out of that whole conversation was when Marie asked her, "Do you think you outgrown Glenn?" And she said, "Yeah." And when she said that answer and when that question was posed, I said, "You definitely have. You definitely. I don't know these ladies from Toucan Sam, okay? But just looking at this first season, looking at this season, looking at the progression and some of the women and what they're doing, it's yeah, you definitely have outgrown this man because he's comfortable as shit. He's comfortable as hell, and that's why he think that he can do the things that he do to you, Latisha. And maybe you just need to let that shit go. But also, they met up with Tambra, and Tambra brought also this new girl, Akisha, right? I really hate when people come in and they have a haughty attitude. And I'm gonna say hate because it's not a dislike. I just really hate it. I hate bougie black people. No, let me not take. Now that's a strong word. I really dislike bougie black people. And I wouldn't necessarily call these lady bougie. Okay, they're professional. They're down to earth. You got Latrice, who she's moving to another building. She don't want to leave out of the hood, as they say, because these are the people, and this is where she started. She started in the hood. She want to stay there, and she want to get back to the community. I understand that. Whether people may agree with it or not, I get what her reasoning is. Okay, she want to give back. That's what made her. She understands it. So cool. I get that. A lot of these women, even though they're professionals, supposed to be, supposedly professionals, they still come down and come off as pretty down to earth if you get to get on a one-on-one type of level with them. Like, you can probably be really good friends with them. They can be kiki buddies and all that stuff. They come off as that. And then you get a bitch like Akisha. And I'm sorry to go there this quick, but Mama, you about to give me a time this whole season. I feel like it. I go on first impressions, okay? And most likely when a new show comes on, and if it's or we're in the middle of like the second, third, fourth season, then we get a new character. Most times I give the new person that comes on, I don't I get them a little slack, you know what I'm saying? Because they're new, this is their first season, you know what I'm saying? And most of the times they don't bother me because they know that they're new. So they gotta weave their way into the group and get do what they gotta do to get accepted and all that shit. So they're not gonna do too much. So Gucci came on here, and the fact that she married to JJ, that's one reason I'm still trying to figure that shit out. But I'm interested, okay? And she just didn't come off as I think I'm better or whatever. She didn't come off to me like that, okay? She was proud of what she does, but it just wasn't I think I'm better than the next bitch and all this shit or whatever. But then you get Akisha that comes on here. Akisha comes on, and okay, let's get your little family history. You telling us that you're from Jackson. Your family was your granddaddy, your great granddaddy was music teachers and all this stuff throughout Jackson, and okay, cool. You married to this NFL player or former NFL player. Okay, fine. You know um. You come in as if your shit don't stink, mama. You come in as if you the dun dun dada. And you really not, mama. Okay? I just want you to know that. In your head and in your mind, you really think so. And Akisha comes off as one of those people that literally has to flex about everything that they accomplish as if, okay, my family did this and I did this. She comes off as one of those Jack and Jill blue blood girls. And I can't stand that shit. I cannot stand that shit. Okay? One of those girls that thinks she's better than other people, she's prettier than other people, and to be quite honest, you're really not. And I hate to say that, but hey, I mean, since you came on so nasty, I just anyway, a lot of the other women I just prefer them more over her. and this is first impression. You're sitting down. First of all, Tambra, how y'all friends? It's the attitude of trying to one up everybody. Oh, you want to let everybody know that, okay, yeah, Latisha was doing the Ferris Street project, but see, my family was on Ferris Street. Okay, my family is Ferris Street. My grandfather and my great grandfather and my other this and this and this. This go back generations. They've been here in Jackson and all that stuff. Okay, that's cool. You know, um, Oh, Marie, what school did you go to? Which high school you went to? I went to Lanier. Oh, see, my great granddaddy, my great granddaddy was a music teacher up in there, and they got the auditorium is named after them and all that shit. So that's my. I said okay, that was all right, but it's just the way that she was saying it. It was like a braggadocious type of way, like trying to make the girls feel like they less than, and I don't like people like that. Marie say, she asked Marie, what is it that she do? Marie started naming off all this shit that I will say, baby, I was sitting here like, God damn, Marie. We should have asked what is it that she don't do, because Mama got her hand in just about every industry. I said, do you sing too? What's going on? I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. Okay, but she was talking shit about that. I said, okay. Marie said that she opening up a methadone clinic or whatever. She was like, here come Akisha. Well, my cousin, she's dealing with that or whatever, and they open up this and all this already in Jackson. They already have one open in the same area that Marie is finna open up hers at. And I'm just sitting here like, okay. We find out, okay, Tamara on the radio. Oh yeah, because I was on the radio too. We had the first number one radio station down there, online radio station down there in Atlanta and all this stuff and woo woo woo. And my husband wanted to open up a restaurant up in the Bronx because that's where he from, and so now he want to come out here to Jackson. I said, let's do it down here too and all this shit because I'm from Jackson. This is my history. This is really my people. This is my lineage. Okay, bitch. It was just a little too goddamn much for me, and I said, I'm not gonna like her. I said, well, let me hold off. At that moment, I said, maybe it's just the nerves or whatever. First time on camera, at least to me, because I ain't never seen you or heard from you ever in my life. So I said, just let me hold off on the judgment for right now. But at that moment, it was irritating me. Even Latisha picked up on it, okay? It was just like she just had this I'm better than you type attitude, and I have to one up with you and flex with all my accomplishments in my family history. I don't like people like that. That shit, no, we'll never get along. Marie's story when she sat down with her mom and they having that conversation. Now, see, I like this version of Marie when she do stuff like this, when it's not with her trying to go at it with the girls or whatever. Like, her mother is a drug addict, and she is a current drug addict that been on drugs since she was like 8 years old, and probably even prior to that, and that's probably just when Marie realized that she was on drugs when she was 8. She was smoking weed with cocaine in. Is that called hydro, right? Either way. So she was doing that. You know, and even though she's staying with her mom, well, her mom is staying with her, they having issues with the mother because she's still going out. She's been relapsed, and she went out to a place where she wasn't supposed to go to, that she always go to get drugs and get high, and came back with bruises and cuts in her head or whatever. And it's just a lot to deal with. It's a lot. I just know it, and I felt bad for Marie in that point. And I mean, I guess one thing that you can't say, the mother was being honest. She wasn't trying to sugarcoat the shit. But that's just, I'm so glad I never had to deal with anything like that. I mean, my aunt was a drug addict till the day that she died. Drug addict, alcoholic, and her kids had to be bounced around from home to home before they finally ended up at my grandmother and grandfather home. And the way that they were found literally sitting in their own feces because my aunt hadn't been in there to take care of them for a while. So yeah, it was, I get that struggle. So I like that aspect. That's the only thing that's really keeping me interested in Marie right now. Now, Latrice, let me tell you something, girl. You said that you keep on calling that lady a man. I need you to stop that, because somebody gonna call you transphobic, okay? And I'm pretty sure that you're not, but you got to watch what you say. And even put that shit to the side about somebody calling you transphobic. Baby girl, that is such a lazy and a lame ass insult. And it's weak. And I need you to come up with something better. Y'all coming up. That's like calling me fat. Okay, that's fine. I know that. But what else do you got? What else do you got? You know what I'm saying? You got to come a little bit harder than that. You know what I'm saying? Expound your mind to really get at that bitch. Because if we can really be nasty, and if she be nasty to you, and I'm not saying do this, because it'd be kind of fucked up, but I understand that I'll probably be on your side. After hearing this shit about her mama, I mean, if we want to get dirty like that, we can get dirty, bitch. I mean, that's fucked up thinking, but listen, don't come for me. I won't come for you, and I won't come for yours, okay? Because when I come, I'm a storm, bitch. I don't give a fuck who gets it, okay? But anyway, it's the brunch. Latisha, at this point, ma'am, I need you to just stop. I need you to stop having brunches, because if you gonna have a brunch, like the first season started off with a brunch, and that shit didn't really go well, okay? Because Marie acted an ass, all right? Uh, every time this lady has a goddamn brunch, they cut the fuck up. Somebody does, and it's always freaking Marie, okay? It is always freaking Marie, and I just don't understand. If this is your friend, and you love her and you respect her and you are also a businesswoman, she's a businesswoman, why would you cut up at your friend's event if you love and respect her? Like, why would you do that? Respect me enough to hold your shit in until the shit is over with and I'm gone. Then you cut the fuck up. Or don't show up at all. If you got all these issues going on, don't show up at all. Okay? Now let me tell you something, Miss Akisha. Akisha came there judging like a motherfucker. And baby, this, granted, I'm tired of the brunches and this women empowerment shit. Yeah, we could be empowered, but everybody always want to have a women empowerment brunch or women empowerment get together, and ain't no empowerment there. Okay, ain't no goddamn empowerment there. All right. So when Latisha had these brunches and shit, Akisha come up in there. She was like, "Oh my god, so it's small like this? I thought it was gonna be something big. Like we was gonna get some real professionals and shit up in here." I said, "Bitch, you don't even know these people, so why are you judging so hard?" That is some shit that you say afterwards, and it was all over her fucking face. Okay, she ain't even try to disguise it or whatever. That she was disappointed as hell. You know what I'm saying? Again, making it seem like this was some party city ass shit, because she said, "Look at this shit, like glitter on the table. That's some lame ass." Oh, now I laughed at that. I said, "Now, Keisha, stop it. Girl, fucking stop it, okay? You ain't trying to be none of these people friends or associates after this show was done, because, bitch, I would not associate with you, okay? You probably would never even try to, do anything with me, but, bitch, I'll be so glad, because, ma'am, you need to change your goddamn attitude. That haughty ass attitude that you got your nose in the fucking sky, bitch. Somebody needs to knock you down a peg or two, all right? You should have just sat there. The only thing I truly fucking agree with you with was, bitch, I'm not eating off no dirty ass plate. And at first I would have said, "Nah, bitch, is the plate really dirty, or is it just a little water stain on there?" But Latrice said her plate was dirty too. So I give you a pass on that, and I agree with you on that too. And then she gonna take the plate over there to Latisha, and Latisha was like, "No, you want me to go find the owner or whatever and talk to the owner about this?" She was like, "No, girl, I'll find the owner and I'll talk to him about it. You sit your ass down, okay?" I said, "Oh, it almost kind of embarrassed Latisha, okay?" I felt like that's what she was aiming for, to try to embarrass her, okay? And she was talking shit. She talking about the people that came up in there. "Oh, this is the type of brunch this is. What type of women empowerment stuff? You got me in front of all these people. Like, who these little people? I don't know who this is." And woo, woo, woo. And I'm just sitting here like, and these people don't know who the fuck you are. And if they do, they really don't give a damn. So you shut the hell up. Bitch, you acting like you you the queen of Jacks. Girl, don't nobody fucking care. First of all, Jackson. Don't nobody fucking care. No shade. It's like that's your whole personality. And I don't like when people make certain things their personality. Your personality is being better than somebody or having this lineage or whatever. And I know how to throw a better brunch. And I've been in a room full of a bunch of professionals. And I know how to conduct myself. And I'm very much judgmental and I'm very haughty and all that stuff. That's your personality. And you need to dismiss that and get a new one, baby, because this one ain't working. And it's not going to work on reality TV, baby, because they're going to cut your ass up because you doing entirely too fucking much. When she got introduced to So Gucci, she said, So Gucci, is that your government name? I said, So Gucci said, no, my name is Sophia, but that's what I want you to call me, So Gucci. I said, I know that's the fuck right, So Gucci. Okay, granted, you know, we amongst friends, so that's why we saying it like that. Okay, you could call me my little nickname or whatever. This friends, okay? These ain't no new people or whatever. They know me like that. So be thankful that you could call the bitch So Gucci. I said, man, I know you did not ask that lady, is that her government name? Meanwhile, when Marie show up because Latrice is already there, she see Latrice, and her whole spirit is just shaking. And I'm sitting here like, I'll be good goddamn if I let anybody get to me the way that Marie let Latrice whole presence get to her. Latrice wasn't paying that bitch no mind, okay? And I was just really confused. I get it. You feel some type of way from last season because you feel like Latrice had some doing in trying to take you down and trying to accuse you of Medicaid or Medicare fraud or whatever the fuck it was. And Latrice keeps saying, bitch, I don't care about you at all. Never cared about you enough to even delve into your shit like that, to even try to take you down. Like, for what? What is the benefit to me? And I 100% believe Latrice, okay? I believe it was some other people. Because, listen, they was digging up a whole bunch. I don't believe it was Latrice. Because when season 1 came on, Marie, you got to understand. Them motherfuckers that was up in the goddamn Facebook chat books and chat rooms and groups or whatever, they was bringing out all your fucking tea, okay? So it could have been anybody. And just because you had it out or y'all got into it, you automatically just assumed that it was Latrice. And I just don't feel like she would be like everybody has a messy part in them, but I just don't feel like she'd stoop that fucking low over a person like you. Like, meaning, what benefit would it be of her? Okay? What real benefit would it be for you to get taken down like that and to be look foolish that, you know, and have your businesses ruined? It's not like y'all in the same field. I know you do hair or whatever, but still, everybody and their mama do hair. So, like, come on, stop that shit. Meanwhile, Latisha wanted to do games. Latisha, I'm gonna tell you this: if you do a goddamn brunch, we ain't doing games. Okay, don't do no goddamn games. Talking about something, let's go around and let's say something. We're gonna pull a name out the hat and we're gonna say something positive about each person that we pull out the hat. Baby, the first person that got pulled out the hat was Melanie, right? Now Melanie helping out Akisha, okay, because Akisha had to let everybody know that her family really is Fair Street. You know, Melanie helping her out with that, okay, PR, all that shit, because that's what she do. But at this moment, Melody just so bubbly. She was like, yes, yes, okay, because we here, all that stuff. Melanie ain't bothered nobody. Melanie ain't in nobody's mess. She ain't in Latrice's mess. She ain't in none of this drama or whatever. Melanie is just there to do her goddamn job. And then all of a sudden, when her name get pulled out the hat, everybody going around, and when it gets to Marie, Marie said, I plead the fifth. Melody said, what the fuck? What I do? And she was like, don't worry about it. I just plead the fifth. And then Latrice's name got pulled out. And of course, she said, I plead the fifth. I said, how petty can you be? It got to the point where she had to get up. She was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I said, bitch, are you about to cry? I can't do this. I can't be fake. I can't be fake. Latisha like, what the hell? Okay. And now this just bringing more judgment from Akisha. Okay. Akisha like, now what the fuck is this? This is your brunch and you running after somebody at your brunch and leaving your brunch. You know, I kind of agree with her on that part because this ain't the first time Marie did some shit like this. So I would have just let the bitch go. I would have just let the big bitch go. Next time, Latisha, you stay your ass seated. You say, well, fuck that shit. She want to go home. She want to go home. Because Essie had her. Essie had her girl had her. Okay, I said, you know, they joint at the hip, you know. So she all upset. I got so much stuff going on. I'm so stressed out with my mom being at my house and this whole dealing with my grandson not having his mama. And then you got this bitch sitting here who tried to take me down last year and girl, if that's the case, Marie, you should have stayed the fuck home. I'm pretty sure Latisha would have understood. Instead of you making a fucking scene and then gonna tell her, I saved your brunch by not making a scene, by staying there and making a scene. Bitch, you just caused one. You still made one. Cause then Latisha going after you, Essie trying to talk to Latrice and tell her what's up. Latrice like, I don't give a damn about that shit. That ain't none of my business. That ain't my business and that ain't my problem. That is her problem. And they back there arguing, and not arguing, but going back and forth about why you letting this person get to you and why you doing this. This is my brunch and you doing this. And I mean, it just got real loud and real ghetto for a second. I ain't gonna say ghetto. It just got real loud and rude, okay? And so therefore, I give Akisha a pass on the judgment on that because I would have been sitting there like, damn, this is what I came here for. I would have been sitting there judging that shit too. Like, what the fuck is this? Y'all ain't got y'all shit together, and you really gonna come back here acting a fool like this? That's you know. And Letitia tried to get Latrice to come back there to talk to Marie, and she ain't want to. I said, what the fuck we need to talk about? I was with Latrice. We don't have nothing to talk about. I did nothing to your ass, and it is what the fuck it is. And if you can't get over it, that is not my problem. How dare you allow somebody's presence to rattle you so much that you disrupt to the point that people are all coming back there to check on you? It's attention seeking. That's what I feel like at this point. Marie, you want attention so fucking bad because you could have settled that shit. You could have swallowed that shit. Or you could have just said, no, I ain't going to be able to come if this girl is going to be there. Or just don't show up and suffer the consequences with Latisha later. Because then her event probably would have went a little bit better. Now she's being looked at. Now she's being judged because of the way your actions are. Once again. That ain't no friend. That is not a friend. But anyway, this was a cute little episode. Y'all tell me what y'all feel about it, alright? Girl, Marie, you would have got your ass popped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Latisha. You probably gonna have to let that lady go, okay? Because she done did this one too many times. One too many times. If they acting up like this on camera, imagine how they be acting up off camera, okay? But y'all tell me how y'all feel, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.